So good morning, everyone. Today with JC, because I tell you like it is, I'm interviewing Tiffany Young. Tiffany Young, she's an artist. She do a lot of drawing and designing. So Tiffany, how are you today, first of all?
Doing great.
Doing great?
It's pretty rainy outside, but it's comfortable.
It's okay. You're inside, at least you can do what you like to do. So Tiffany, who are you? Presenting yourself. Who are you?
So I was born in Texas. I've done art all my life since I was a child. And then I went to college for 4 years in North Carolina, where I studied studio art, graphic design, and industrial design. And then after that, after graduation in 2014, I've been working since then. 5 years about. And then the past 2 years have been the early stages of me trying to promote myself or refine my art skills to start this design consulting business.
Okay, and when did you find out that you like to draw and design, and when did you find out this?
So as far as drawing, I've done it since I was a kid. I've always really enjoyed it. And I took art classes every single year of my life. And then up until college, I decided to go into graphic design. And graphic design, I enjoyed it, but I didn't see it as something I really wanted to do, which is why I switched my major to industrial design, which is more like product-based. And that was when I really decided I want to not just have my products show my expressionism through my art, but also design products that function, products that help people in life, whether it's a physical product, whether it's someone who needs a logo or a banner, packaging. Because I feel like art, it's all self-expressionism, but there's no level of like production and professionalism to the point where you can produce and manufacture for humanity. And I feel I want to find that balance between self-expressionism and the production level of design.
Okay. And I will, people who's going to watch this interview, I will share the end of the interview pictures of what you do in the drawing you do and everything, so people will have an idea already of what you can do, you know. So I will share this after this interview on this video. And if I may ask, what goal do you have for your drawing, for the future, the design? What is your goal for the future?
My goal, so the goal I have right now, which will transition to my goal for the future. Right now, it's this design consulting business. I really want people to be able to just not only trust me as a designer, as an artist, but also trust and rely on me as a human being. Because of my experience from my previous companies, there's a lot of like corruption that people don't talk about in design.
Okay. Can you elaborate about this a little bit more? That what people don't see from the outside, you know. I don't hear you. You. No, I don't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Here we go. I can hear you. Here we go. Back again.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay.
So without going too much on the detail, but it is like for us, you know, in boxing, there is a lot of behind, a lot of corruption on the side. You know, but what is one thing that people don't know about this?
So a lot of things that something important that people don't know is a large percentage of clients, of people who want to get a logo or get a product out, a large percentage of them are just people like you and me, individuals, your average person. And the average person doesn't know the details about design, manufacturing, all the work and details that go into it. There's a lot of special terminology, special processes that the average person doesn't know, and a lot of design companies and design groups that I've worked with and have talked to will kind of take advantage of that, take advantage of people not knowing about these things. And because the average person doesn't know what the certain process is, a lot of times what I've seen is that design groups will charge extra, pocket this money. They will use this unknowing knowledge to their advantage, and that's something that I want to get rid of.
Okay, it's for them another way to make money. Okay. Well, I don't know that. Wow. Okay. And if you ask, what have you learned? What have you learned about yourself since you start doing drawing and designing? What is something you learn about yourself?
So I started with art when I was a child, studio art, and then there was actually a point in my life where I kind of stepped away from it
Okay.
because of stress and like personal reasons, like a lot of influence from my family. I grew up in like kind of a strict household, and so studio art, honestly, like there's not a stable income. It's all
Okay.
self-expressionism and um, yeah. So because of that, I stepped away from it a little bit, which is one of the reasons why I went into industrial design. In industrial design, there's not much self-expressionism, and so I feel like at that point in my life, I was missing something. And the past couple years when I've started this design consulting business is the point where I learned, hey, I need art. I need that feeling of being able to express myself. And it's something that I want to get back into. And I feel like that is something I can truly express myself in. And so it's kind of, all of this has been a journey kind of about me finding out who I am again.
Okay. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, because you're like a free thinker, you outside the box, and people don't like too much people outside the box, everybody needs to be on the 8 to 9, 8 to 5, sorry, job, and everybody doing the same thing. And when you're outside the box, uh, it's like for me, even if I've been coaching boxing for 33 plus years, and my mom, when she comes to see me on vacation, she always asks me, when are you going to find a real job? Because for her, what I'm doing is not a job. My
Yeah.
brother's a cop for her. My brother have a job. So I can see exactly what you're saying, and I hope a lot of people are going to see something. And the people need to understand that you have to do what you want to do, what you love to do. Know what. Don't do a job because of your family told you to do the job. Because after all, it's your life. So do what you had inside your heart and go 100% on that. So, what is one single piece of advice you ever receive? If you can go back in all your life, one advice like you receive and like, okay, fuck, this makes sense and changed my life.
It would. It was actually a recent piece of advice I got last 1.5 to 2 years
Okay.
at one of my previous jobs.
Okay.
And it doesn't particularly pertain to art and design. It just kind of it relates to just life in general.
Okay.
And the advice is to never wrongfully assume.
Ah.
Never wrongfully assume something, because we all have opinions, of course, and assumptions, but to act on those assumptions, because they're assumptions, they can be wrong. And if you act on it, that just leads you down through a chain of events where this didn't have to happen. If you have this unintentional wrongful assumption, it's the best thing to do is just ask. Like, communication is key. If you don't know, if you're not sure, if you're doubtful, just ask, just talk about it. And that completely eliminates the problem of misunderstanding.
Yeah, you're so right. Yeah, and you just said something right now. I hope people understand that it's communication is key. And this is so important. Communication is key. And so when I go back for the example, when I teach boxing or Muay Thai, and when I got example, I got Roy Gonzalez, who's one of my older students, and when I talk to him as a student, as a fighter, my tone of voice and what I say is going to be different than outside. And it's important for people to understand that the communication is key. You can say example, you can tell someone, I'm going to take my son. I can say to my son, I love you, but I hate what you did. So I love you as a father, as a dad, but I hate as a father what you did. And people need to understand that communication, like exactly what you say, communication is key, and people have tendency to mix both. So if I say to Roy, which is also a coach, because when he teach in my gym, when I told him like what you did was not right, very important for him, and he understand now, I speak to him as a coach. So when I said as a coach, I said when he did was right, was wrong. It doesn't mean that I don't like him. So
right.
it's a communication, you know what I mean? And in this world, I think problem fight to each other because of its communication.
Yeah, like another example of that I've had before is like working at one of my previous companies. And my laptop's running out of battery.
That's okay.
Okay, one of my previous experiences from my companies is the team is designing for a client. They're not sure exactly. They weren't sure exactly what the client wanted for a certain detail, and they just assumed, oh, let's just do this idea. It's the best one. It's the cheapest way. It's the fastest way. Let's just do it. And the client comes back completely confused, angry. It's like, why didn't you tell me about this? Now they spent all this money producing this product where it's not even right. And all they could have done is just call the client, ask them again, hey, can you make this clear? We didn't hear it last time, we're sorry, but it's better than spending thousands of dollars on something that doesn't even work.
Yeah. You're so right. You're so right. Yeah. Thing also that messed up people in communication is this: a cell phone.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
How many people argue with a cell phone? They text each other and they start a fight on just by messages for one basic reason. I always take this example: the husband and the wife, or the boyfriend or girlfriend, the girlfriend or the wife, whenever, text the boyfriend and say, "Where are you?" But the boyfriend, when he receives this text, is upset because of a friend, and he's gonna read this text kind of like, "Where are you?" Like negative. He's gonna answer back, "What the fuck you saying like that?" You know. And it was just, "Where are you?" You know, she was just concerned or worried about him. But him, because he's in state of mind, aggressive, is gonna take this really bad. So again, it's about communication. If people learn how to communicate, the world will be so much better. And with this fucking coronavirus right now, people don't know how to communicate. They communicate things so bad. This morning I received a text from someone. They send me like a bad information about the coronavirus, and I told this person, like, I don't want to read that, because if you start to text, you communicate something really bad, you're gonna affect my state of mind, you're gonna affect my feeling, my decision, my acting, and everything. I don't want that right now. So it's based on communication, you know.
Yeah, you have to make it clear. If you're not sure, just ask. Yeah, like texting, there's no emotions involved. It's just words on a page.
Exactly, but most of people don't see that. Texting, for them, they're going to read with the emotions they have at the moment. You know? So, another question. If I take Tiffany Young and I put her on a single island, give me 3 objects you will bring with you.
First one for sure. Okay, well, I don't know if I want to get off the island.
Okay.
I would definitely have at least a sketchbook.
Okay.
So I can write down all my ideas, how I want to survive.
Okay, so this is one.
I guess I would want to spend my time building things. I think that's really interesting. Like learning, instead of trying to get off the island, learn how to deal with it if I'm stuck on there forever.
Yeah, but I'm speaking object. So we got a sketchbook.
Yeah, sketchbook for one. I would definitely need like a survival guide.
Okay, 2.
Yeah, and then I do want memoirs of my family and friends. So either photos.
There we go.
Or some form to show, like, to help me remember what my mom looks like, what my sister looks like. So I think photos or videos.
Beautiful what you say.
A device that never runs out of battery.
Beautiful what you say, because you have to remember one thing, and I told that the people, it's very important, is I believe that the only thing we're going to leave our family, whenever it's a kid or brother, sister, mom, if we have to die fast, you know, the only thing we're going to leave to, and this again, this is my point of view, it's our books, you know, our photo, and our journal. Because you imagine that we go in, again outside the box. If example, I'm gonna give to my son my journal when I'm gonna pass away, when I'm gonna die, and it's gonna read, maybe it's gonna be 20 years later, and he's gonna say, at this time Dad was doing, and he's gonna read when I was doing at this time. It's powerful, right. You know.
Yeah, the history.
Photo, it's exactly what you say. The photo too. The photo is so powerful, because if you look someone. And again, when you see like Katrina, the hurricane and everything, everybody go to their house, and you can see a lot of people cry when they find a photo. You know, because a photo is so important. So what you say is so powerful, and people need to understand that they should take a lot of photo as a memory to give away to someone in the future.
You can say that you can remember someone's face in your head, but seeing it physically on something, it's completely different.
Exactly. Now another question: what are you afraid of?
I think I am, as of right now, I think what I'm mostly afraid of is the idea of my friends or family misunderstanding me.
Okay.
I really want to focus on opening up to people I love.
Okay.
I have a past history of kind of being more, not communicating well. Like I used to kind of hide my feelings and deal with stuff on my own. And so that in turn makes people feel like they can't connect with me.
Okay.
And I don't want to do that again. And so something I want to focus on is always keeping in touch with people I love, making sure I tell them how I feel, what I'm doing in my life, because I don't want them to be lost with who I am.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Now, what advice will you give to yourself? Example, I take Tiffany right now, and I bring her back 10 years ago, and you can talk to the Tiffany 10 years ago. What will you tell her?
That's really tough because I want to say my instinct is I want to say the cheesy line of like, do what you feel like is correct, do what you feel like is necessary for you to be happy. But of course, but 10 years ago, I didn't do that.
Okay. Now the question is, are you doing that now?
I'm doing it now.
Okay, fantastic.
I think the main advice I would give myself 10 years ago is everything happens for a reason. You could be doing something that doesn't make you happy in the moment, but something in the future will arise from it.
Okay.
You may not be doing something for yourself. You might be trying to impress your father, impress people you love by doing something you don't really want to do. And in that moment, you may not be happy, or you may not think it's the right thing to do. In the future, something will happen and something will bring it back to you.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Now, what if someone wanna become an artist in drawing and like the field you are right now? What advice will you give this person if they want to start this career of being like an artist?
Definitely force yourself. It's hard, but force yourself to draw every day. Draw, sketch, do something creative every day, whether it's sketching, drawing, whether it's painting, whether it's doodling on the napkin, building something from nothing. Just work on creativity every day. Try to find trade shows, conferences, events, art walks. Downtown Santa Ana has art walks, LA has art walks. Just expose yourself. As an artist, it's really difficult to get started from the ground because it's not like other professions where you can have an internship, go to school, and automatically be like, oh, I went through training, I'm licensed, I can work in this profession, or I can work at this job. It's not like that at all. With art, it's a skill, like any other art form where you express yourself. It's all based on not just your actual skills, but what you show and the things you make. And that in itself is something that needs to be practiced.
Okay. And you say one thing very important. You say draw every day. And that is the key. That is the key. You have to draw every day. I think that if you want to do something and you really love it and you want to do that as a career, you have to do that every single day. You know, and this is very powerful, and I hope people understand that whenever path they choose, they have to do every single day. Wow, that's good. That's very good. Now, example, Tiffany, I put you right now in front of God, and you can ask Him one question that you need an answer, what question it will be?
I thought about this before.
Here we go.
Um, I, my, I don't particularly want to ask any questions about my life. I would not want to ask what's going to happen to me. Am I making the right decision? I don't want to ask any of that. I think what I would ask is more on a personal level, because I'm not living with my family. I haven't lived with my family since 2000, almost 2010. And so, because I don't see them every day, I worry about them. So I would ask, are they doing okay? Could I kind of see how they're doing? Especially the family members who have passed away. See if they're okay too.
Okay. Now, because into the cartoon, the drawing and everything, if you were a superhero, what power will you have? One power.
What power? Oh man. There's so many.
Only one.
Yeah.
Tough question.
It's a tough question. That's a really tough question. Oh man. Just to be fun, I definitely want to have the power of telepathy and telekinesis.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not just telepathy stuff, but like know what's going on, like across the world. That'd be pretty cool.
Wow. Okay. Now, what is the biggest factor that will help you to be successful in what you're doing?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
What is the biggest factor that will help you to be successful in what you're doing?
The biggest factor that you've helped me with.
The biggest factor you have that help you to become successful.
Biggest factor. It would definitely be my dedication and my discipline.
Here we go. Wow. Okay.
It's. I don't wanna like talk about myself like that, but I think it's true. I'm known to be a workaholic, and I'm trying to work on that. But being a workaholic and having that experience of the mentality of always trying to do something productive actually has helped me a lot. Not just my work, but when I was applying for jobs, when I was applying for a college, I would not stop.
Okay.
And even now, when I'm trying to work on my art every day, I'm forcing myself, and sometimes it's difficult, but it's something I know that I have to do. And just this mentality of just wanting to keep going, wanting to keep at it has really pushed me to be able to get to things where other people may not have been able to.
You know what? My mentor told me that you never work hard enough. So anyone who told you that you workaholic is because they're lazy. Because when you find what you want to do, there is not enough time to do what you want to do. So you cannot work hard enough. You cannot, for us in Muay Thai, you cannot overtrain. What you do, you under rest, but you cannot overtrain.
Right.
Okay, so yes, okay, I can see that. Now, last question. If you could start all over again, what will you do differently? If you could start Tiffany Young again alive, what will you do differently?
I would change nothing about my career choices.
Nice, okay.
Not my career choice, nothing, but how I interact and treat others for the past 6-7 years. I would have done better. I should have done better.
Okay.
I used to be like very, like you said, like you know me. I used to be really shy and quiet, and then I think starting in college, I started being more assertive, standing up for myself, and being more, just more expressive about my true feelings. And there's a lot of people I wish that I could go back to them and tell them that, hey, we were both young. I didn't know any better. I didn't want to hurt anyone, and so I want to go back and treat people better than I should have.
Okay. Wow. So, uh, Tiffany, if people want to find more about you, so obviously after this video, I'm gonna put a bunch of art you have designed. Also, for the people who don't know that, Tiffany, she's the one who designed the logo we have in my gym. That is fucking beautiful, you know. And I only on this channel from Today with JC, I choose to only interview the people I want to interview. They may be well known, they may be not well known, but everybody I put on this channel are people that I put my name behind it. I respect them and I support them 100%. So I won't put someone who's gonna scam you. I put only people who got quality and need to be known, already well known. And so, Tiffany, if people want to find more about you, your art, and what you do, how can they find you?
So I have an Instagram.
Okay.
The username is TC Shiny.
TC Shiny.
That's also the website that I have, tcshiny.com.
Okay. Can you spell everything? I want to make sure people go to the right website and right Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah. So T as in Tiffany. C and then SHIN as in Nancy Y.
Okay. TC Shiny. And this is your website too, tcshiny.com.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, if you go to on Instagram on TC Shiny, you can find what she's doing. You can also go to her website and you can see what she's doing. And what do you offer to the people? What do you offer exactly? You do logo, you do drawing. What do you do exactly?
Yeah, so I will offer graphic design projects, logos. It can be menus, packaging design, illustrations, technical illustrations. And then banners, anything for web.
Okay.
I can do website layouts and anything for print.
Okay.
And as far as the art aspect, I work a lot with wet mediums, so acrylic, watercolor. I do a lot of dry mediums like charcoal, pencil drawings. I've done mostly paintings for both personal and professional settings. I've done murals for commercial spaces. I work on a lot of different materials. So I've worked on drywall, I've worked on brick, wooden canvases, cotton canvases, so it's anything really on that perspective.
Okay, wow. So again, guys, if you launch your business and you need a logo and design or stuff like that, do you have a business card that I can see by any
Yes.
chance? Here we go. Can you put your business card in front that people can see it?
Yeah, so it's the same on the website, so you can tell you've gone to the same website.
Here we go. Tiffany Young.
And then
Nice.
on the back,
And the back.
like you can see here, might be
There we go.
reversed.
Now don't move. People can see that everything. You got the information. You got the phone number, website, and the Instagram account and email address. Fantastic. So Tiffany, again, thank you for spending the time with me and with us. And again, guys, if you need anything about launching your business, or even if you got a business and you want to upgrade your logo, upgrade your design, everything, Tiffany Young, she's the girl that I highly, highly recommend to work with. Anything else you want to say, Tiffany, before I let you go?
I just want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity. Something that I want to express about services that I offer is that earlier I mentioned the corruption of design where people take advantage. That's something that really motivates me, and that's something that I really want to come across from my work, is that I truly just want to help people. It doesn't matter if you're a startup, it doesn't matter if you're an individual like me, it doesn't matter if you're a mid-size or a corporation, we all need help. And what is really bothersome is that the amount of help you actually get from design groups and design companies is how much money you pay them. And I feel like that's just completely wrong.
Yeah.
So something I want to stress is just not just my work, but the reliability. It's
Okay.
really important.
Okay, and I'm sure people can feel and hear you. So remember, guys, also like each of us need all of us, and all of us need each of us. So it was a pleasure to have you here. Remember, guys, if you like the interview, subscribe to YouTube channel Today with JC, because I tell it like it is. Next video I will maybe speak about the coronavirus. I'm gonna give my straight opinion, and it's gonna be PG 65. as you know me, because I tell you like it is. And again, Tiffany, thank you so much for your time,
Thank you as well.
and I see you soon.
Yes,
Bye
see you.
bye.
Thank you so much.